Last video, we went over JoJo characters in non-JoJo games, but this video, we're going to be going over fan-made JoJo games. And I'm not going to lie, JoJo fans are absolutely elite because they have made some bangers of games. And even better, most of these games are actually free, so you could be playing these right now. So thank you to a few of the people who recommended some of these in my last videos, but let's get right into it. For the first one, we're taking a look at the World of Stands, which is actually a Roblox game. Now, for a fan-made JoJo's game, World of Stands is actually a banger. Now, I have actually never played Roblox before in my entire life, not even a single second. So going into this, I really just expected it to be just like a kid's game. I did not expect it to be as good as it was. Now, first loading up, you do get greeted by some, let's just say, questionable screenshots here. And of course, before loading in, you know I had to at least toss Roblox a little $5 to make my character look like this. I mean, a monkey with Iggy on his shoulder, a Jojo hat, and a Jojo body pillow on his back. Yeah, this game is already goated. But this is more than just like a Roblox game that maybe just has stands in it that lets you fight with them. No, it's like actually its own full video game, complete with the storyline and progression, and even like a raid boss at the end. Now, when I first loaded in, I was so confused. I spawned in and just see this guy just eat this fruit and just die. Like, what even just happened? He just falls on the ground and dies. The story isn't the most amazing thing. I mean, this is still a Roblox game, but basically it has you go into the Joestar mansion, which actually looks pretty decent as a representation, and you talk to Jonathan, who tells you to go rescue Danny out of the furnace. Now, honestly, I haven't seen part 1 in quite a bit of time, but I don't recall any sort of moment where you're rescuing Danny out of the furnace. I mean, if you were, I'm pretty sure he would just be straight ashes at that moment. But after beating up a few thugs, which I'll get to the combat system in a second, he does grant you a stand arrow, giving you a random stand. And they really go all out in this game. Full sound effects, full animation, and everything of you getting a stand. With me getting red hot chili pepper, which I didn't really like, and so you have to eat one of these fruits, which then kills you, and then you can finally re-roll for a new stand. I ended up going with the hand because that was the only one that could roll that was decent. You then meet up with Zappelli, who honestly just has you do a few random quests of just killing out a few enemies, and then you get to meet the GOAT Speedwagon, whose first quest for you is for you to beat up 3 of his own gang members for some reason. I don't really know why. As you can tell, this is basically just random missions for the plot so far. And then during like a mini boss battle against Tarkus, which is a character I actually forgot about in part 1, I just saw this happen and I just had to include this in. This man with Star Platinum actually put Tarkus into a Roblox edit. Just watch this. I feel the same thing as Poop just did. For some reason that was so cool, it just kind of like makes you collapse. Why did he fall down? I have no idea. Then you meet up with Jonathan at Dio's mansion, and this is actually like almost like a raid battle or a raid boss in this game. It was actually so cool. You get to enter in with 4 people, and since I was playing by myself, I just invited the whole lobby and 2 people actually joined me with. But you are basically doing a raid battle. You have to fight through a bunch of enemies, and then at the end you have a small little parkour section to where you have to find the key to open up the final door, to where you then face off against Dio. It isn't the most insanely hard fight, but he does do a decent amount of damage and he has just a lot of health. But since there's multiple of you, you're all basically just jumping him. But one thing I was thinking as I was fighting Dio is, how cool would it be if this was an actual JoJo's Bizarre Adventure game? Like, instead of this being made in Roblox engine, imagine a game exactly like this, to where you get to pick different JoJo characters and use their stands, and it's almost like an MMO of you and other people going through dungeons and finding other JoJo characters like this. It's actually a really cool concept for them to make for this game. And we ended up beating Dio with my teammate playing as Giorno, putting him in an edit and then hitting his finisher on him, which actually was a pretty cool moment. They also have different modes aside from just playing through the story, which I'm not sure if it only goes through part 1 or if it takes you through the other parts of JoJo's. I didn't really get that far, but you also have places like the battle arena to where you can choose any stand you want and just go fight. And the combat system, although a little bit flawed, is a lot of fun. By clicking your mouse button, or I guess just pressing the punch button if you're on mobile, you do a pretty normal combo, and every stand is going to have this, and almost every stand also has an aura attack, but I mean every stand in the actual JoJo's has the same attack as well. But all of the other buttons you see at the bottom do unique abilities, and one thing I really like is each stand has unique abilities that really play off of how the stands actually are in the manga and anime. And the finishing moves are actually really cool. I kind of said it before, but you basically put someone into an edit, and each one is so unique and just so cool to watch. Overall, especially as a fan game, I'm giving this one probably a solid 8.5 out of 10. This is basically an A-ranked JoJo fan game. Muggan, or M.U.G.E.N, is a game that you have probably seen clips online before, but you probably never have played it yourself. And the same thing applied to me as well. I always saw so many random death battles of anime characters duking it out and all of these crazy animations, but it's just never a game that I've really touched because honestly, I am absolutely garbage at fighting games. Like, I'm really bad. But you throw JoJo's on literally anything and here I come running to at least give it a try. And with playing this, I was genuinely thoroughly surprised just by the amount of content they have related to JoJo's in this one. I mean, seriously, not only do they have 83 different stages to pick from, but they have so many random characters as well. Even people like Rubber Soul, you know, that one character that was a one-off stand battle in part 3, they have different versions of him you can play as. Now, when you're talking about Muggan and JoJo's, there are so many different types of JoJo games that you can pick from. So I chose to play JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Requiem, but there's all different ones that you can choose from. And for a free download, this feels like a complete game. All the way from the characters to the stages to the animations to even the soundtrack. Just listen to when you first boot up the game. This is a banger. My only gripe with this, however, is at its core, it's truly just a 2D fighting game. And although you have your arcade mode and you have your fighting against CPUs and you even have an online mode, there isn't much more than that. With all fighting games, you really have to want to put the time in to grind and learn these movesets, which I've just never really gotten into myself. For me personally, I think this game would be just a great game that maybe you can just download with some friends one day, play online for a few matches, just kind of go through different characters, look at their ultimate finishers and all of the different abilities they have, maybe play it every once in a while, but I can't really see you playing it much more than that. So overall, I think this is a really cool fan game just for the amount of content related to JoJo's they have, but it's just a fighting game at the end of the day. I'm gonna give this one like a B tier. Steel Ball Race is a game that honestly I have absolutely no idea how this is still up on Steam, and I 100% guarantee at some point this is getting copyright striked, and maybe it's because I'm making this video right now, but this is such a truly bizarre game. It's like Red Dead Redemption but JoJo's with a bunch of stolen assets, and I don't even know what I'm looking at. Just look at this gameplay and try and explain this to someone. It's kind of hard for me to explain this game because I don't really know what it is. From what I can tell, I guess it's maybe made in Unreal Engine 5 and it's just like an asset flip which they added stands in and just crazy things. Like, I truly, to this time, even after trying to play it, I just don't know what's going on. As a JoJo's fan, you have seen a video or heard about this game before because it's been in development for 3 years and it still does not have a release date. And honestly, I personally don't think that we're ever going to get one because wait till Shueisha hears about this, they are sending their ninjas and are going to take this down. In the demo, you just kind of run around with stands and fight people, and they also have fatalities, which are really brutal. I, of course, am going to have to censor this because YouTube is going to come take down this video if I don't. But, I mean, think of like a Mortal Kombat type brutality, but you're using it with a stand, which is just insane. From what I'm understanding though, I think this is going to be like some sort of RPG game because they even have sections to where you have to do things like lock picking and level up. It seems to be pretty expansive and it is a very interesting concept for a JoJo's game. So if you wanted to try it out, I mean, it's on Steam right now as a demo and it is free, and I would say it's better to play it now rather than later because as soon as Shueisha hears about this, this is getting taken down and banished to the Shadow Realm. So very weird game, very odd game. Overall though, I'd give it like a C tier, I guess. I mean, it's just kind of interesting and funny to watch. Next up, we're starting our 2-week Minecraft phase with the Roundabout mod. Now wait a second, I know one of you right now is probably typing a comment about how this is technically not its own game, but just hear me out. This mod for Minecraft completely almost changes the entire game, from how you fight mobs to how you mine to how you play the game. So to me, this feels like its own game, and honestly, there's only so many fan-made JoJo games. You guys gotta cut me a little bit of slack. The Roundabout mod essentially just adds JoJo into Minecraft, specifically adding stands. And although initially that may not seem like a good fit or really sound that cool, once you get to playing it, you see that this is a really well done made mod. You can of course just hit creative mode and play around with whatever stand you want, but you can really genuinely play Minecraft in survival mode completely using this mod and have a completely different experience. What this mod does is it adds the power of stands through the use of a stand arrow, and to craft a stand arrow you have to find 3 meteorites, which will just randomly land across the map. After finding 3 of these meteorites, you can then craft a stand arrow, which is going to give you a random stand. And there's different Minecraft mods that have different amount of stands. For me, I found that the Roundabout mod was the easiest one to use for me, because honestly, this was the only mod that I can get working with shaders. I'm not that good at playing Minecraft. I haven't really played this game in like 10 years, but I refuse to touch Minecraft without shaders. Just normal Minecraft just doesn't really hit for me. But after crafting and using your stand arrow, you now have the power of a stand, which you can do so much with, such as mining and also the main thing, which is fighting. Each stand has its own unique abilities, and of course they have the famous abilities such as Dio's time stop. But what I really like is how they incorporate this into Minecraft aspects, such as when you're Dio and your time stop, you could just pick up blocks and throw it at people, and then when time resumes again, they'll start flying towards them. That's just really cool. I actually did a full playthrough of Minecraft to beating the Ender Dragon, which I actually posted the video on my second channel, but it was a lot of fun to use Star Platinum and have an epic battle against the Ender Dragon, and it actually worked really well. And if you're able to get a few friends together, you can also have full-on stand battles with a whole stand clash section to where you have to try and out-tap the other opponent. I genuinely think if you're going to be hitting your 2-week Minecraft phase soon, and if you're a JoJo's fan, this is actually a good mod to download and play, but the only thing is it's really still in development. There's not too many stands, and aside from just adding the power of stands, there's not too many other JoJo references aside from, of course, JoJo poses. So although it's really well done, it's still in the works and it definitely needs more time to fully flesh itself out. So overall, I'm going to give this one a high B+ tier. Very good, just needs more time. So that's a few fan-made JoJo games. There was a few more, but a lot of them have been taken down over time. So these were the only ones I can really get working, but I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any other recommendations for games, feel free to leave a comment down below because I just might be making a part 2. So thank you for watching.